Bluepoch has just released the third and final boss for this version's mains Bulletin event, along with the final UTU stages. With no new content on the horizon for the next 2 weeks, players have time to wrap up anything they haven't finished and maximize their rewards. This guide is all about pushing for the maximum score against the projection of Nightmare boss, aiming for the coveted red SSS rating. While this score is well beyond what's needed for all available rewards, it's a great personal challenge for those looking to push their limits. Personally, I broke past 2 million damage this morning using characters with 0 portraits, so it's definitely achievable without heavy investment. Before we dive in, just a quick note. This video is on the longer side, nearly 30 minutes, but I won't be talking the entire time. Instead, we'll go over the fight, discuss some strategies, and have fun along the way. I recorded the full battle to show what it looks like when you go 30 rounds against this boss. And trust me, it's a wild ride. Boss overview. Projection of Nightmare. Projection of Nightmare is a familiar face for longtime players. This boss originally appeared in the main story, tormenting Vertin in her dreams until we stepped in to rescue her. At the time, he was a major challenge, and taking him down felt like a real accomplishment. But fast forward to today, and thanks to power creep and the introduction of Lucy, Anjonala, and Mercuria, the tables have completely turned. We are now the Nightmare. This boss barely gets to play the game anymore. He's completely shut down by the sheer strength of our Arcanists. To give you an idea of just how much things have changed, in my run, this boss only managed to act once or twice in 30 rounds. And even then, only because I got unlucky with my card draws. In an ideal scenario, it's possible to completely lock him out of taking a turn for the entire fight. That's how dominant our team has become. Honestly, the name Projection of Nightmare feels ironic now. If anything, after getting obliterated for 30 turns straight, it's this boss who's experiencing a nightmare. Strategy breakdown. The fight revolves around 3 core mechanics. 1, boss arms left and right. Destroying them debuffs the boss, making him take significantly more damage. 2, crystal behind the boss. Destroying this deals 50% of the boss's total HP as damage, making it an incredibly powerful tool for speeding up the fight. Number 3, buffs and follow-up attacks. The fight heavily rewards characters who can stack buffs and trigger multiple actions per turn. These units receive a massive damage boost, alongside healing and cleansing effects that keep them in peak condition. Many updates ago, taking down the arms and crystal was a serious challenge, but with the power creep of newer characters, it's now almost trivial. These supports fall apart as a natural part of our damage rotation. Recommended team composition. For this fight, I used the following 0 portrait team. Lucy, primary DPS, absurdly strong once ramped up, dealing massive AoE damage. Anjonala subcarry, key to triggering follow-up attacks and maximizing output. Mercuria damage support, keeps buffs active for the massive global damage bonus. Tooth Fairy, critical support, provides sustain, but honestly healing is barely needed. This lineup is one of my all-time favorites because it blends old and new characters seamlessly. It's satisfying to see them dominate such a historic boss. Execution and key tactics. Prioritize destroying the arms first to debuff the boss. Target the crystal whenever possible. Every time it breaks, it chunks the boss for 50% HP. Use Mercuria's buffs constantly to maintain the damage amplification. Keep Anjonala's channel ability active and trigger it with Lucy's attacks. Ramp up Lucy's abilities as fast as possible. Once fully upgraded, she becomes an absolute monster, capable of nearly soloing the fight. Even without portraits, most players should be able to score at least 1 million damage. And with some luck on card draws, hitting 2 million plus is completely possible. Normally, I love high difficulty content that forces players to adapt and improve. But sometimes it's just fun to completely steamroll a boss that once gave us nightmares. I see this fight as a gift from Bluepoch, rather than a real challenge, an opportunity to flex our power and enjoy crushing an old enemy. If you're aiming for SSS rank, go for it. But even if you're just collecting rewards, have fun with it. and appreciate how far your team has come. As we wrap up this challenge and reflect on where we are in Reverse 1999, I can't help but feel like this is a significant moment in the game's journey. It's almost poetic. Reverse 1999 is a game about time travel, revisiting the past and anticipating the future. And here we are, facing one of the earliest major bosses again. It feels like a perfect inflection point, a moment to look back on how far we've come, while also looking ahead to what's next. When I opened this boss challenge today, I was surprised by the wave of nostalgia that hit me. Seeing Projection of Nightmare again, hearing the music, and remembering the original strategy immediately brought back vivid memories of the story. Vertin after her breakdown, Mesmer Jr. at her side, and the political battle Madame Z was fighting at St. Pavlov Foundation. It all came rushing back at once, and to be honest, I don't usually get this kind of emotional response from games. Even with movies and shows, it's rare for something to hit me like that. But Reverse 1999 has managed to create something special, something immersive enough that these moments stay with us long after we first experience them. I'm really curious, did anyone else feel that wave of nostalgia when jumping into this boss challenge, or are there other moments in the game that have hit you in a similar way? Thinking about it now, it's crazy how I even got into Reverse 1999 in the first place. I wasn't a day one player. I wasn't even playing mobile or gacha games at the time. But something about the art direction, the trailers, and the way the game was marketed just spoke to me. It was almost like a calling, and I'm so glad I answered it. I've seen a lot of discussions from other players about how they found the game, some from ads, others from word of mouth, and some just stumbled into it like I did. However you found your way here, I think we can all agree that this game has something unique that keeps us invested. What's also interesting is that every character we used in this challenge wasn't even in the game when Projection of Nightmare was first introduced. This boss was part of the original launch, but over time, the roster has expanded, the meta has evolved, and our strategies have adapted. I made a joke earlier about how the tables have turned, how we are now Projection of Nightmare's worst nightmare. But it's honestly kind of surreal. Seeing how much the game has grown, how much we as players have improved, and how much more depth the combat has now is pretty incredible. That brings me to the current version. We've had some major additions. Willow, Flutterpage, and Brimley. All characters that add something meaningful to the game. I personally wasn't able to summon Willow or Flutterpage, but I did get Brimley, and I think he's an exciting unit. 5 stars can sometimes get overlooked, but if you followed my guides for a while, you know I love finding hidden gems among them. In the right conditions, some of these 5 stars can be just as powerful as their 6-star counterparts. The introduction of Euphoria abilities and Reveries in the Rain has also been a huge shift. It's clear that this system is going to change the game's landscape, and while it's challenging, I think it's a fantastic addition. Bluepoch handled it well, giving us enough resources to fully unlock one Euphoria ability right away, while leaving us with a goal to chase for the others. My plant team in particular saw massive growth this patch. 3 fully upgraded Euphoria characters now, and I have to say, it's quickly becoming my favorite team to use. I can't wait to see what new Euphoria abilities we get in future versions and how they'll shake up existing teams. And speaking of the future, without spoiling anything, next version is going to bring some serious game changers. One of the upcoming characters is already considered a must-pull by a lot of the community, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they fit into the meta. The wait between updates can feel long, especially for players like me who clear out content as soon as it drops. But I do appreciate that Bluepoch gives everyone time to catch up. It's a necessary balance. This event really got me reflecting on my journey with Reverse 1999, and I'd love to hear about yours. Did this boss challenge bring back any memories for you? What was your experience like when you first started playing the game? Let's start a discussion in the comments. I always love hearing from you all. Also, if you've been finding my guides helpful, engaging with the video by liking, commenting, or subscribing, really helps me know what's working best. That way, I can focus on making the kind of content you enjoy the most. I recently put out guides on voyages and volatility and reviewed all the event banners, so I hope those have been useful. And don't forget, if you're looking for exchange codes, I always post every single one in my community tab. If you subscribe, you'll see them pop up right in your home feed, so you'll never miss out on rewards. I also wanted to mention how much I've enjoyed doing voiceovers for my videos. When I first started the channel, I thought no commentary gameplay was the way to go. But since switching to voiceovers, it's clear that the engagement has grown, and I plan to continue this approach.
Aim and shoot.
With that, I'll wrap things up. There won't be much new content until the next version drops, so it might be a little while before my next major video. But as always, I'll be around in the comments, and I'll continue sharing updates in the community section. I hope you all enjoy the final stretch of this version, and I'll see you in the next one.
By cupping the moon in the palm of my hand. Relax. By cupping the moon in the palm of my hand.
Loading. Charging.
Perfectly understood. I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky.
Eliminate target.
Stay back, I say!
Barrage.
Feel my dark embrace! Stay back, I say!
No worries.
Perfectly understood.
Relax. No worries.
Hi, Master. Do you have a little faith in me, Master?
I smell the scent of mint around. Breathe. Under attack. I, Robot, Child of Science.
Sweet dreams.
Relax. Loading. Charging.
To the right.
Come back to me. Faraday's Miracle.
Feel my dark embrace.
Aim and shoot.
Flee, mortal! Shine. By cupping the moon in the palm of my hand.
I need some peaceful moments.
By cupping the moon in the palm of my hand. Shall I, Master? I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky. Stay back, I say! Do have a little faith in me, Master?
I, Robot, child of science.
Sweet dreams.
No rest.
To the left, relax. To the right.
No rest. Loading. I need some peaceful moments.
Listen.
The light that illuminates all.
Feel my dark embrace. By cupping the moon.
Charging.
Perfectly understood. I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky.
Faraday's miracle.
Feel my dark embrace. Stay back, I say. Do you have a little faith in me, Master?
Loading. Charging. Loading.
Shall I, Master?
Faraday's miracle.
Feel my dark embrace.
Aim and shoot.
Stay back, I say.
Barrage.
Stay back, I say.
I, Robot, child of science.
Sweet dreams. Perfectly understood. To the left.
Charging. Loading.
Keep calm. Regaining control of our bodies.
Faraday's miracle.
Flee, mortal!
Aim and shoot.
Stay back, I say! By cupping the moon in the palm of my hand. By cupping to the left. Perfectly understood. Shall I, Master? I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky. This'll help. Flee, mortals! Take a deep breath.
Is that really the best you have to offer? I, Robot, child of science.
Sweet dreams. By cupping in the perfectly understood.
Charging.
I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky. Do you have a little faith in me, Master? Flee, mortals!
Faraday's miracle.
Feel my dark embrace! To the left. I know this beat.
Loading.
Shall I, Master? Regaining control of our body journey through the cosmos.
Aim and shoot.
Stay back, I say!
I, Robot, child of science.
Sweet dreams! By cupping the moon in the palm of my hand. Perfectly understood.
Charging.
I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky. Do you have a little faith in me, Master?
Barrage.
Flee, mortal! Stay back, I say!
Loading.
Perfectly understood.
Charging.
Shall I, Master? Stay back, I say!
Eliminate target.
Flee, mortals! Please, allow me.
I, Robot, child of science.
Like cupping the moon in the palm of my hand. To the right. Like cupping the moon to the left.
Loading.
Like cupping the moon in the palm of the right. Relax.
Charging.
I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky. Listen.
Phase. Don't resist. Barrage.
Flee, mortals!
Loading. Charging.
Perfectly understood. Shall I, master?
Aim and shoot.
Feel my dark embrace. Stay back, I say. Please, allow me.
Robot, child of science.
Sweet dreams. Like cupping the moon in the palm of my hand.
Loading. Charging.
I am the waves in the ocean and the stars in the sky.
Aim and shoot.
Flee, mortals!
The light that illuminates all.
Feel my dark embrace. Stay back, I say. Perfectly understood.
Loading.
Shall I, master? Keep calm.
The light that illuminates all.
Feel my dark embrace. Flee, mortals!
I, Robot, child of science.
Sweet dreams.
Charging.
Perfectly understood.
Loading. Faraday's miracle.
Feel my dark embrace. Stay back, I say. Do have a little faith in me, master?
Aim and shoot.
Feel my dark embrace.
Charging. Loading. Charging. Aim and shoot.
Flee, mortals!
Barrage.
Stay back, I say! Feel my dark embrace!
Eliminate target.